First job is to skirt the dirt. So I'll be getting rid of as much dirt as possible before I wash it. So there's the daggy ends, full of lanolin. Smells great. This is the first of the Suffolk to be washed. So it's just in warm water and it's only getting the agitation of me pushing, allowing this tool to drop. So I'm not mixing any of the fibres, I'm just getting a bit of movement. And we'll get the first lot of dirt out and then we'll repeat until it's as clean as I think I'm going to get it. Handy little tool, that. Time to take this for a test drive so I can learn what needs to be modified, adjusted, and indeed I need to learn how to card cloth with a drum carder. So I've changed this section here and I'm going to just see what happens. Right. Got my mixtures there. Now the big issue is I haven't yet figured out where I want the brush to go. The drum carder. This is the 18th of October 2018. And I've decided to build my own drum carder and therefore I needed lots of notes. So I went to Google and I found all the pictures that I could, tried to work out what was the best way to go about it, and then in detailing what I have with what I need, I found I only needed to buy the actual carding cloth, pretty expensive stuff, but that's how it came to be. Notes after notes after notes. I drew up plans because I'm not really familiar with gears and ratios and what has to go where, so this was one of the biggest learning curves for me because I didn't even know what carding cloth was, and this is carding cloth. So here's my little Beaut Drum Carder. What I knew I needed was a drawer to take all the combs and bits of wool. So I've made the drawer. First drawer I've ever made, very pleased with how easily it slides in and out. And I've put a tray in there to catch the vegetable matter that still falls out. I also have my brushes and needle pickers and little bits of wool for making my dolls. I wanted that, all those colours, and I'm not going to buy dye just for that amount. Then I paid for classic carders for a cleaner, so I can clean this relatively easy. I've taken a vintage auger bit. Imagine that straight. I got my husband to heat it up and bend it for me. I won't take the fleece off just yet. We'll have a look around the other side. This is where I had to do a lot of learning. So that's leather from my leather work. All of these things I had on hand. They were drink coasters. These parts here were just wood left over from other projects. But here we go. You make me dizzy. Now you can hear the rattling sound. That's because I changed some of these parts, and the only way to do the new part was to push the old part inside the drum. Now most drums are solid all the way through, but I only had this bit of timber, that amount of timber there. So my drum has only got that much timber, and I'll always know when it's being used because I can hear the rattling. But I don't mind. The reason why I wanted the drawer was because I knew that this was going to sit on this cabinet, and I didn't want to put a bench here because I want access to my wool in there. So I decided to make this come out like so. Then I've made that part come and slide on top, and that gives me a nice working space. So this is Suffolk fleece that's had cleaning but not carding. I'm just opening it out a little, putting it on the tray, and then I'll use this by hand. See where I've got it there. Sometimes I like to use this little brush because I can put more strength on it. Push it in there. Anyway, let's get this part coming through. As you can see, it's all over the place. This is nearly full. And I do like to just use this. Professionals will probably tell me I'm doing it all wrong. All I want to do is get some carded Suffolk fleece so that I can do needle felting. I don't mind having all these little nibs and knobs because it's not a problem in felting. So now it's going to be interesting to see if I can get this off reasonably well. So this is what I'm planning. The hook goes in the channel there, and I lift it up, and then I lift the next bit up. It's pretty strong. And lift the next bit up. This is a bit like watching paint dry. There we go. So now I'll get my tweezers. And I'll see how much of this back comes off nicely. So the theory is that you reverse the drum. Now I can see lots of little pieces down there. I might pick that up with a cleaner. Oh yeah, that works. That's good. This 9-inch wide drum is plenty big enough for my hobby. Anyway, so there we have a wool bat, and they will become my needle felted dolls. Let me introduce you to a fairly armless needle felted doll. So this is just the core, and that will be arms and torso, and then I'll start doing special things like toenails. So that's why I went to the trouble of making this drum carder, because I want to do big dolls that move. Yes, I like to move. No, oh, what about this?